Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and we have to talk about a few things coming out of DC Comics, unfortunately so. Now, I don't think this is quite Gotham High bad, but this isn't good. And the funny thing is, when I seen this original article about NOT Starfire's daughter, or I am not Starfire, my bad. I was like, okay, well, I'll be making a video about this because I wanted to talk about the other Ivy one that's coming out. And I will, but I get down to the comment section and they definitely have me blocked on Bleeding Cool. It's pretty funny, but, the first comment was, the usual suspects will be making their videos about this. And I just kind of chuckled. I don't ever consider myself the usual suspects or the anti-SJWs that go for hate bait. But I guess in this situation, I gotta talk about how this is. Now, if you take a look at I Am Not Starfire, and we will go through what it is, and you look at it as a what if, sure, you can do that. Now, here is the problem. Mariko Tamaki's run on Wonder Woman has been really, really good. And then she goes and does stuff like this, where I can't defend her. Now, if you remember, Mariko Tamaki also wrote Breaking Glass, which was a Harley Quinn book that was absolutely the worst YA I have ever read and reviewed. But this is looking like it is nothing but trying to be character assassination. And what I mean like that about this is this is coming from the daughter's standpoint of Corey, right? Starfire's daughter. And it sounds like it is purely done for character assassination of Starfire. It is from the daughter, and this way the daughter can be hypercritical of her mother, right? She can say whatever she wants because it's her mom, guys. God. It's ridiculous from the standpoint that DC Comics on the direct market is not doing well. Now, these were, in DC's credit, announced long ago. Long ago. They actually have one that I think is going to be really cute. It's about Constantine, and it's called, Hellraiser. I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to look it up, but it looks adorable. And here's the thing. I usually read these. When these were coming out once every 3 months, once every 6 months, I would review. I just reviewed one that had to do with Mr. Freeze and Nora. I gave it rave reviews. Beautiful book. One of the best Freeze stories I have ever read. They are getting too saturated. You are doing this too often. And you're not making them what-if books. You're making them terrible books. You're putting out too much. And there's already too much in the YA kind of line anyways. Not just from DC, from companies all over the board. When you saturate a market, nothing sells. When you saturate a market, I don't care if Mariko Tamaki is a New York Times best-selling author. It doesn't mean it is going to be good, especially when you go in knowing you are going to criticize her for her dealings with men, because this character is, my God, of course she's a lesbian. You really thought it would actually be different? No, not even a little bit. So, it's absolutely ridiculous. She's going to be critical of her mother with men. She's going to be critical, probably a father hater, because it doesn't look like they mention a father in this at all. And then she's going to be critical of her outfit. I'm just saying, I don't know for sure, but these things aren't hard to write. They're not hard to write. I could write them in this type of format very easily. You have to be able to write them well, and that's the difference. So let's take a look at this description, right? Let's take a look at what it has to say, and then we'll look at the other book, which I am just as critical of. So it says, 17-year-old Mandy Coriander is not her mother's daughter of Starfire and high school outcast. Oh, of course she is. She looks just like Mariko Tamaki. Mandy is constantly trying to get out from under the shadow of her bright, bubbly, scantily clad told you and famous mother. Dyeing her bright orange hair black and sticking close to her best friend Lincoln, Mandy spends her days at school avoiding Teen Titans superfans and trying to hide her feelings from the gorgeous, popular, and perfect Claire. And while Mandy usually avoids spending too much time with her alien mother, that's terrible. Why would you? Okay. She's been particularly quiet as she is keeping one major secret. Mandy walked out of her SATs. Not smart. That was like $50. I don't know. I think it was like 26. It was years ago when I guess I didn't take my SATs. We had something different. It was, ACTs, I'm pretty sure. So while Mandy continues to tell Lincoln her plans of moving to France to escape the family spotlight and not go to college, smart, but she secretly hides her fear of knowing her identity outside of just being the daughter of a superhero and who she will become. But when she is partnered with Claire, oh my god, it's so cute, to work on a school project, their friendship develops into something more, and a self-confidence unknown to Mandy begins to bloom. Claire seems to like Mandy for being Mandy, not the daughter of Starfire. Okay, but when someone from Starfire's past comes to disrupt Mandy's future, Mandy must finally make a choice. Give up before the battle has begun, or step into the unknown and risk everything. I Am Not Starfire is a story about a mother-daughter relationship, embracing where you come from while finding your own identity and learning to be unafraid of falling, if it was even failing in the first place. Okay, that's all well and good. I know I read terribly. I read things backwards all the time. So, it's all well and good. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for DC. This makes them look terrible. Terrible. I can't believe they actually are still printing this. Why not just get pencils down? Just you pay them for it and don't put it out. You're not going to make your money back. I'm sorry, I don't see this selling. Maybe it will a little bit. Some libraries will have it. You know, it's going to be out there a little bit. But it's not going to sell like something actually good would. And the fact that you are putting... See, this is the problem I had, and I say it before. I've said it about feminists. I've said it about anybody that puts somebody else down to bring themselves up. That's not how you rise above. You shouldn't have to make somebody else look bad to make yourself look better. And that's exactly what they're doing with this. And it's really unfortunate because it could be a really great story. It seems like after reading that, because I didn't read it beforehand, that it's not Dick Grayson's daughter. So I'm not sure. It seems like they are only talking about one superhero, you know, kind of parental figure there. So let's talk about this other one. This is Poison Ivy as a new gothic hero, anti-hero for the new OGN. Now, okay, this looks a little bit better. I'll give it that. I don't like Ivy as an anti-hero. I've said that from day one. She doesn't work as an anti-hero. Just like we've seen Harley Quinn over the years. That doesn't work well. She works better. But doesn't work well as an anti-hero. Our Ivy? Absolutely not. Ivy should be an environmental terrorist. Ivy should be using her perfumes to take over the minds of men. I said men. Isn't that how these things start? And I'm talking about both Harley and Ivy were both straight characters until they pinned them together and people started shipping them. I just reviewed, not that long ago, it was literally less than a month ago probably, which was A Kiss of Death ×3. It was an Ivy and Wonder Woman story. And it was talking about Ivy and how she fell in love with this man, how he was treating her absolutely terribly, using her, manipulating her, and she turned him into, well, a tree. That is the Ivy I love. I actually can stand the sexuality change, but don't make her straight up a lesbian. Leave her as kind of more bisexual woman, because then she can use both men and women. And I think people tend to forget. That's how she started. She seduced and brainwashed men. Her whole gimmick was the seduction of men. And I don't know why it's been changed so much that she doesn't even do that anymore. Now that she's been paired with Harley, that's kind of gone out the window. It was far longer that she was straight than she has been gay or bi. Like I said, it's only been recently with the Harley shipping that she's been straight or, well, gay or bi. So make her bi. Okay, all right. Well, nope, because this girl in this description has something to hide. She's got something to hide, and it's not her plants. It's her fucking sexuality. Come on. Like, okay. Nobody cares if you're gay. If you're listening, let me say it one more time. Nobody cares if you're gay. Nobody. I don't think in 2020 it is a mortal sin to be gay anymore. Why is this so focused, so hyper focused on that one aspect? I don't understand it. And I don't want to be outrageous about either one of these, but at this point, I'm going to criticize. I'm going to be unfair a little bit because, you know what? Stop doing this. You're making your brand look bad just by being associated with terrible titles like this. And this one girl that wrote the Ivy one has only ever written a Hillary Duff fucking book 10 years ago. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say. Like, really, DC, you're really just cut out the YAs. And if you are going to keep them, give them to somebody that can actually write them and draw them. God knows some of the art is terrible, but even so, let me know what you guys think about either one of these books. They're both bad, but I definitely think the Starfire one is going to be a lot worse just by simply putting her mother down to make herself look better. And she's obviously writing herself into this. We all kind of go through that whole, well, maybe not. I did. I was like 13 and I went through a whole goth phase, right? And it was simple because I realized once I started going through the goth phase that the boys stopped looking as much. And then I went back to my normal clothes and it was over. Like, it's just a phase. Not at 17. Maybe at 12 or 13. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the cool thing now. Maybe I'm too old. So let me know, of course, what you guys think. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Paws, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.